Hello, my loves. Welcome to Jessica's Intuition. Welcome to the next 72-hour overview. We're looking at the upcoming 72 hours here. This reading is always timeless. It always comes out on Thursday at 6 p.m. So when you see them, they have a meaning for you for the upcoming 72 hours. This time, it will be different. I mentioned that I have some plans here, restructuring how I want to approach things. Exactly, this reading always comes out as a premiere. This reading is also always released on all 4 channels. And I've decided that from now on, I want to do this for all 12 zodiac signs, where I always draw 3 cards, each for the 24 hours. So 3 days or 72 hours. I'm shuffling the cards and drawing them out. I make 12 stacks, and then I look from start to finish for each zodiac sign to see what is coming up for that particular sign in the next 72 hours. It's really, really important to not just look at your zodiac sign, which is your sun sign, but also your moon sign and your Venus sign, your ascendant sign, maybe even your Mars sign, Mercury sign, whatever it may be. So I always find the moon sign, ascendant sign, and sun sign to be the most important. These 3, those are the big 3s. Or as I said, you can also take a look at your personal planets, or in general, if you have other aspects somewhere, feel free to check those out. I always have a link in the info box below where you can calculate your birth chart. Then you'll know where each sign is positioned. Exactly. This reading comes out on Thursday at 6 p.m., as I mentioned. I currently have 25% off the annual reading for 2025. As long as I still have them available, you can save 25% because we still have 9 months left in this year. And about 9 months, we're still in mid-March. Not even mid-March yet, but exactly 25. And we have an early bird discount for the annual reading for 2026, but only until Sunday. So including Sunday the 23rd, March, o'clock, 11:59 p.m. You can also save 25% on the annual reading for 2026. I don't know if there will be a discount at the end of the year. I can't promise you that. Right now there's the early bird discount, and that's it for now. Then you can also save 20% on all spring readings until Sunday. Also, as I said, 23. March 23rd, 59, 11:59 p.m. You don't need a code. You can just add everything to your cart easily. It will be automatically deducted in the cart. Exactly that once. Feel free to take a look at the Aries reading, the birthday reading for all Aries born. And otherwise, I would say I'll shuffle the cards once, and then we'll take a look at the corresponding zodiac signs. I'll do a trial run to see how it goes over with you. Feel free to leave the timestamps in the comments, in the info box. No, unfortunately, you can't get in there. Unfortunately, maybe that's for the best. In the comments, feel free to write down all the timestamps or your zodiac sign or whatever sign you're watching. Feel free to write it down. If someone could write them all down, I'd be grateful to you. As I said, I'm doing it this way now. And exactly, as I said, you can also express yourselves freely in the comments. My dears, I think that's all the information I wanted to share tonight. Then let's take a look. I want to shuffle the cards well first. Always remember that the roles in a reading can be reversed. Time is always relative, time flows. And this is always about collective readings, general readings. It may also be that not everything will resonate with you and this reading here. You can always find all the important information, all the important links, and the cards I use down in the info box. And everything I'm currently offering can be found on my website. So, please shuffle the cards for the upcoming 72 hours for each and every zodiac sign. What does each and every zodiac sign have coming in the next 72 hours? And what is in store for them? And what surprises await them? So, I'm going to shuffle again. And then I draw 1, 2, 3. This is Aries. And this is Taurus. Gemini. I just need to quickly set my watch to do not disturb, otherwise I'll keep getting messages. Messages constantly. That doesn't happen at night, it only happens when it's still early. So then we have Cancer. Leo, and Virgo, one floor down. Libra, she wants another one. Scorpio, Sagittarius. No, she wants it to be that one. Capricorn, water sign. And which one? The fish? Okay, I think the cards are a bit mixed up. Let's all go back. Then let's take a look. Look at what nice things we've got there. There are still a few cards here. Can we take a look in case I need to clarify something again? Otherwise, the stacks are just standing there for now. A little order has to be here too. I always need to have order at the table. I don't like it any other way. We start again with 7 of the Church, the Temperance, and the 2 of Swords. What is coming your way in the next 72 hours? You're facing a decision. It might actually be that you can't see the forest for the trees. 7 of the Church. This card is also about illusion or vision at the moment. My favorite saying is to hold on to your vision, even if only you can see it. No one else matters here. It's important that you hold on to it as long as you believe in it. Of course, you have to see if it's an illusion or a vision. Sure, an illusion always depends on which area of life you're looking at, or how exactly you look at it. Let's put it this way. It's always difficult to weigh whether something unrealistic is an illusion when we imagine something in the area of love. He doesn't get in touch or whatever, and then these illusions form something. Those are mostly illusions that really are illusions, which can never be realized. So I don't have an example right now. I'm ready, but I think you know what I'm getting at. A vision is when you dream of something. I want to have this car someday, or I want to buy a house someday, or enough money, let's say, or I want to get married someday and have kids, or I don't know exactly. Whatever you imagine, that's achievable. That's a wish. That's a vision from a certain perspective or from a specific area that you want to have or that you have. Let's just put it this way. That's achievable. So you just have to see if it's, as I said, an illusion or a vision. I always say hold on to your vision, just not to your illusion. Then you also have to be honest with yourself about your vision, and then you'll have several options available to you. Sometimes it can also be that you can't take action, that you just can't. Yes, ultimately. How do you say that now? Is unable to act because you perhaps have many options, or you just don't know which option is the right one, and that can have various options. So it can simply go in different directions. Now I'm exhausted with a card. You can interpret it in many directions. Soon there will also be card reading courses with me, but I'll share more about that after the summer. I've already posted them online, but I'll actually share more about that in the summer when I have more time for it. I have this feeling that you have a very clear vision of something that you want right now. But I also see a bit of indecision behind it. It may actually be that you are not yet fully balanced, that you are still maybe not in your center. Then it's also about restoring your balance, being in harmony, being in balance for the next 72 hours. Topic: grounding. Connect with yourself and ultimately make a decision. I'm going to draw another card for you because I'd like to know which direction this is going. Let's draw another card for you. there was the Page of Pentacles. So it's something new that you want to start. It could actually be a new opportunity, a new challenge. You want a new adventure that makes you happy, that gives you a reason to celebrate, to enjoy. And here we have determination also underneath. So determination. Set goals that you can actually achieve. I'm not saying don't aim high. In my opinion, every goal is achievable. Every goal, you just have to stand behind it and take action. Okay, I'll let that go for now. So this is for the reborn. Or as I said, if you have it again in the moon or in your ascendant sign or wherever. All right, I've been thinking, I think I'm going to mix things up a bit. I'll do fish next. We have the Justice, that's card in Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. It's about a matter for you where, yes, it feels unfair. It feels like you're being treated unjustly. So I'm also thinking, what should I do now? Should I just let it go? Should I keep fighting for it? Second Pentacles, that could actually mean that you're deciding between two people or between two jobs. You can also represent the job, definitely two options where you have to prioritize. You have to weigh what's right and what's wrong, making a pros and cons list. But I also see that you're moving on. You're ready to leave the past behind. Because maybe it's a situation where you have been treated unfairly, where you... Yes, not being honest with yourself, that's just it. It could be that you've been fooling yourself a bit, lying to yourself. Just like that, justice can also represent karma, that this was something like a test for you. And now it's time to be honest, to stop lying. You can't hold it up anymore. I have a feeling like that here. And finally with the Six, the Swords want to move on as well. One wants to let go of the past, maybe also break their silence here. Because the Swords can also represent the spoken word. And it can actually mean here that you can simply... Yes, you want to move on because a lot has already gone wrong here. Not honestly, so it hasn't been fair either. It can only be in the relationship. It can also be at the workplace, in any area of life. Yes, you. Just look at how you find yourself again. I have a bit of sadness here with the Six, the Swords, that you move on from there because there's nothing left to save. Then the 72 will come. So I see a new beginning for you here as well. That you will probably make a decision. That you weigh things out, you wait, because you can't go on like this. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Let's take a look now. So where are we looking now? Let's take a look at Taurus, shall we? We're doing it like this. Here we have the Star, just like the World and the Eight of Swords. You are ready for new beginnings. But I said that it's very clear here that you are ready for your wish fulfillment. You are ready to completely close something off, to finally let go of old beliefs. You are ready for a breakthrough, for a new beginning in the area of your wish fulfillment. You want to move into your wish fulfillment. You want to leave behind everything that has gone negatively, like I said, where you might have felt uncertain, where you are, yes, maybe where one, where you have imposed thoughts on yourself, where you, I would also say, are unhappy or have been unhappy. It could still be the current situation. You want to close the situation. The world is always the conclusion. That is always the end. This is a chapter that can now come to a close. And here it's also about the theme of liberation, that you are now, so to speak, freeing yourself with the Eight of Swords. You are ready for a renewal, freeing yourself from the Eight of Swords. You are ready here for a renewal. Yes, the theme is also new beginnings. With the world, you always close things off. That is always the end. And at the same time, the new beginning, everything is possible again. This is the last major arcana. This is the end. And as I said, I feel here that you are opening yourself up to new things. You want to gain more clarity. You want to, yes, also to experience new things. I have that feeling here. And then it's also important to just throw overboard the old behavior patterns, the old beliefs, or simply puts a final end to it, or closes it off, and leaves it where it was. And essentially restarts so that you no longer carry them with you. That dissolves, exactly, dissolves. I missed the word. I have the feeling that a wish could come true for you here in the next 72 hours. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Then let's take a look at the water signs. The moon. I had the feeling that the moon would be involved. The moon, the Six of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Someone from the past is coming here. You don't see that yet with the moon. It's usually a bit of a burden, a secret. Something that you don't see yet. Here something can also come to light. It can also mean, as I said, Six of Cups, that someone from the past is coming. Something that you have actually already closed off. Something you... So, yes. Maybe you only remember it. It can be a person, or it can simply be a memory that suddenly comes back up. But I have more of a feeling that someone is coming because the Seven of Wands tells me that you have to stand your ground. So I have this feeling that someone, or maybe even several people, is coming. You will be confronted with things from the past. It can also actually be that it comes up at night, that you dream about it. So what could it be? What did you say? The Six of Cups can also represent memories, especially with the moon at night. Strong dreams, intense dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. And I have this feeling, is it now? Time to show what's inside you besides the wands? That's also about being defensive, just that you don't want to be intimidated anymore. Yes, you want to ultimately come through. So I have this feeling of getting through to assert yourself. Also, to fight for your beliefs, values, and principle, or what you stand for, that you are ready to fight here as well. That's such a defensive attitude. Defense, yes, that you also hold your value. And especially here, that you want to maintain control. You want to assert yourself. I have a feeling about the next 72 hours. So it may be that you want to implement your plans here, because rods also stand for action, for the action. Also for this life energy that you want to put into action. And I also have the feeling that maybe you're dreaming about something from the past. And ultimately, no matter who stands in your way, you want to assert yourself. Something like this can also mean that, okay, let me just leave it at that. Let's take a look further. For the Geminis, what do we have here? Four of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. Wow. One moment, I need to take a closer look at this. I just noticed for the first time that there's a round cushion here. I just have to say, because we have the round one here, we have the round one here, and we have the round one here. I noticed the round cushion for the first time. I have this feeling that I'm setting something in motion for you here. Something is rolling here, something is moving. Four of the coins, you have what you have, you hold on tight. It's not about the theme of letting go, it's about the fact that you already have four and you're ready to invest further. Wheel of Fortune. You're taking your fate into your own hands now. You want to change your fate. You want new opportunities here. Fate is about opportunities. You're ready for big changes. The Wheel of Fortune always brings significant changes that are coming now for you. Of course, you can't control exactly what comes your way, but you can control what you do with it or what you do now. And this here is the Empress, which also tells me that you are ready to evolve and grow beyond yourself. The Empress always represents growth potential. The Empress is pregnant. The Empress can bring something new into the world, a child. And that tells me again, something new can actually be brought into the world. For you, let something new emerge. You are capable of creating something new here. Because the Empress also represents creativity. That you might develop something new there in the next 72 hours. You will definitely change something here. And it can actually be something big. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Let's take a look for the Tauruses. No, Taurus was there. Now we offer each other. Let's take a look for Capricorn. Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. I find it really interesting that both are looking at the cup. I'll show you the cards to the camera. Both are looking at the cup. Yes, that's how you should see it. And I have this feeling, these two aspects, swords, represent also for suffering. The swords are the most negative element in the tarot, except for the Ace of Swords. I'm currently wondering if the swords aren't actually positive. 3 neither, 4 neither, 5 neither, 6 neither, 7 neither, 8. Not even 9. Not that either. 10 is actually the biggest relief with which I see it positively again. That's the end. That's again the awakening moment. This sigh of relief I would actually see as the 2 of Swords and the 10 of Swords in second place. As positive energy, and then also the court cards, but otherwise the swords are really about suffering, very difficult energies. But that's just part of life. That's why it exists. In tarot, not everything can be peace, joy, and pancakes. And the church, or rather, swords might also represent. For thoughts, and also for the spoken word, for communication, it is assigned to the air signs. Any cups represent visions, feelings, emotions, but also healing themes. It can also be about these emotions. Everything related to emotions. Disappointments, but also is also a bit of a difficult element, but it can also be a beautiful element. So already has both sides. I would actually say we have in the middle the Ace, which also tells me again, you can now connect these elements together. Both the energy of the Queen of Swords, who knows exactly what she wants. She has her clear vision. Her clear vision is very determined, knows the truth, seeks the truth, and especially with her, one should not be late. The Queen of Cups is very emotional, also feels a lot, too many emotions, but also very intuitive. It can actually be the case that one interprets too much feeling and puts too much into it, where I would now say. But that balances out a bit. It's just that it's heart and mind, so it's like 50-50 here. And in the middle, we have the Ace of the Church, which also tells me something. A new beginning is ready for you. Don't approach it completely thoughtlessly, but also not entirely emotionally. Intuition and reason. Very, very important for your new beginning here. Okay, I'll leave it like that. That was Capricorn. Let's take a look at the Cancer-born, or Moon, whatever you have in your Cancer. We have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Lovers. Someone is going to come towards you in the next 72 hours. Someone emotional is coming, whether it's a man or not. I know a lot of men are still watching here. Actually, for me, it could also be a woman. Or it could also be that you, as a man, are showing yourself and you're approaching someone. Someone is going to come towards you. I'll put it this way. I'm going to say this from this perspective, because that's how I see it. The roles can be reversed. Always think of it that way. Someone who has feelings for you, someone who, yes, is ready to express those feelings. The Queen of Cups is definitely ready to show feelings, to live those feelings, and also wants to, it's time to express these feelings. It did too. These are strong feelings. It actually needs a counterpart who is also very emotional, most of it, and is ready to live these feelings now. The Knight of Cups is becoming aware of those feelings. So I have the feeling that I'm already there, and one is slowly making their way here. A very, 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 very important decision is going to be made here. For love, so there is definitely a love scenario here, a life-changing love scenario. It could actually be that someone will be standing at your door, that someone is standing at your door. Yes, so that can definitely be the case here. And that someone is going to confess their love to you. Dear Cancers. So, this is how it looks for you at first. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I'm switching now to Leo. Page of Wands, 4 of Wands, and 3 of Wands. A lot of fire, energy. You are ready to start something new. You want harmony. You want a stable environment here. You want to enjoy life. You also want to celebrate life here. And ultimately, you are also ready to start something new. The Page of Wands is ready to start something new. and will also embark on a completely new path. The Three of Wands is the decision that you have already made or are in the process of making. It may actually be that you have already made the decision because the first card is also the Page of Wands. So it may actually be that you have already made the decision, and in the coming 72 hours you will put this into action. You will embark on a new path, a new way that you haven't taken before. And this can actually mean that you are turning your back on others. This is your own path that you want to take now. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Let's take a look at what's next for Virgo. We have the Strength card, Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. For you, I see it this way. That you are regaining your strength here because you want to move forward again. You want to, getting into motion. I have the feeling that your strengths are coming back, not just a little, but that you are regaining your strength. And it could also be that you connect with new strengths or develop new powers here. The trust in yourself, just that you have great confidence in yourself. The Empress is taming a lion here, so that she trusts herself with the lion, that nothing will happen to her. That's this trust in your own abilities in the end. And that you know that nothing will happen to you. And that's what it's all about, that you regain your strength. Because I would say, what could possibly happen if you're on the right path? Or rather, you are on a path where you can't do anything wrong, so everyone knows what's right and what's wrong. Everyone should be able to weigh what is wrong and what is right. And when you're in this energy on the right path, then nothing bad will happen to you in that regard. Of course, there can always be a few fateful events that you can't control. That happens. But I have this feeling that you have that trust in it, that you're now on the right path, moving forward pretty quickly. It could also be that news is coming your way, or that you've been waiting for some kind of message to arrive. But I tell you, there's a little delay here in case a message comes. There's a little delay here. I also have this feeling that you need to be a little patient, even if things suddenly start moving quickly. Are you looking to let it all grow? Patience is also required. No. Me. I want to clarify the Seven of Coins. I'm shuffling the cards. Nine Wands, Hermit, 10 Pentacles. Take a look. Just be a little patient. We have 8 here of Wands, 9 of Wands. And then it's definitely ongoing. So, also, I can imagine that you feel very powerless in that situation. Was it that this energy of powerlessness is making you wonder, how much longer do I have to hold on? Are you taking enough time for yourself? Someone who withdraws, who takes time for themselves. Because he wants to gain new insights, because he wants to reorganize himself and think things through in peace. Looking for answers. And I have this feeling that it will pay off here. For you, be ready to take action now, to become active, to get moving ultimately. Be ready to try something new. We have the 2 here, Wands, and here we have the 8. Wands, those are the 10. Wands. Leave the old baggage, the old burdens behind you at last. And be ready to start fresh here, to move forward, even if there will be moments or times when things don't progress as quickly. Don't give up, don't give in to all of that. You know why you're doing this? To go, to get to the 10 of Pentacles. Don't give up here. Be a little patient. Yes, the Hermit is showing up again. Take time for yourself, for sure. It's really, really important that you take a lot of time for yourself here. In the next 72 hours. Okay, that was Virgo. I'm going to check in on Schwerte now. We have the King of Swords and the Devil. And the 6 of the Saint. In a situation where you're stuck, you might actually move forward. Maybe that was said correctly. I actually wanted to say, it will suddenly move forward. For you, here is the gifted victory. The King of Swords makes clear decisions. It's time for you to make some choices now. It could actually be that there's something toxic in your environment. It could also be a toxic relationship. It could also be that you're dealing with something toxic in between. Then I would actually say that with the King of Swords, you overcome a fear and make decisions so that victory is gifted to you here. That's this moving forward, marching ahead. Maybe that's the victory. The victory, let it happen. What's standing in your way? Who is standing in your way? Or is that you yourself? I'm going to clarify the devil now because I'm really curious about who this actually is in the end. Or whatever this actually is in the end. I'm curious to see if I can shuffle the cards like this. With so few cards. But normally that should work. Yes, that works too. There. Shows the 7, the swords, and the 10 of swords. They are here. They didn't come in. Interesting. Once the devil. Your old self, that's your energy underneath the 10 of Pentacles. Which also tells me again, you will become stable again. You will be satisfied here again. And the times will come when you will be content, as it says. This also tells me that, finally, you need to make a decision here. That means your old self doesn't even have to be another person here. With the devil, it could simply be you. For those who say there is someone else, then it's about ending this to end it once and for all. With the 10 of Swords, there is no turning back. Here, it should completely come to an end. And that's also the case with the 10 of Swords. There is simply no turning back anymore. And I also have the feeling that this is about your energy. Sorry, I drank a little cola. Coke Zero. And everything is coming up now. About a roll from earlier. Sorry. The mix wasn't good. Yes, it can actually be something like that something is there. It could also be a mix, that there's something that's not good for you. Those can even be your thoughts. And that can be your behavior, whatever that is. Where you are in there, or where it was, it's about finally leaving the old behind. The 10 of Swords is also here. Complete closure, be ready to finish something. The decision now finally regarding you moving forward. Okay. Swords, what's going on with you? So, we had Virgo. Then we have Libra and Scorpio. We take scales. Oh, the Tower. 5 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. Yes. That also means a radical ending. I have the feeling that you are disappointed, have been disappointed, or are still disappointed, or will be disappointed. It can be like that for one person, and like this for another, that it is already the current situation, or that it will come now. That's also this awakening moment that will come. I'm just thinking about whether we have anything special this weekend. I think on the 23rd. Was there something? But hey, this is also a timeless reading. It's a timeless reading. Of course, it's coming out on Thursday, which also tells me it could mean something for the weekend. Oh, yes. We have on the 23rd. Or rather, on Thursday, we have the astrological new year. The sun is moving into Aries. But on the 23rd, in March, we have the Sun-Venus conjunction. Venus is retrograde at 2 degrees Aries. Here come insights. Here come some insights. And that can actually mean something for one person or another. Awakening moments. Especially the Tower, those are these awakening moments. These sudden moments that come when you realize this can't go on like this. One is disappointed, maybe even desperate. What one once loved, what once brought happiness, no longer makes one happy. With the 5th church, one is in mourning. For me, that's always like a funeral card. Where I would now say, without making it ridiculous, that you have this mourning moment. No. because you realize it can't go on anymore. That's the moment when you realize a relationship is falling apart. The job no longer makes you happy, whatever it is in any area of life. The Five of Cups is always this card that suggests you shouldn't waste any time. Not in the Tower here either. How long do you want to stay in there? Stay? It's time to break down the old structures, the old beliefs. Free yourself from it. This is upheaval, a feeling of change here. I always like to call it a demolition party when it comes to the Tower. Be ready to tear down the old walls, to burn them down, to demolish, to destroy. Free yourself from it. Because something that suits you much better is waiting behind you. That means if you change your direction, change your focus. So, change your focus to other things in your life, to other situations. You'll find happiness in other emotions, and reality will come back into balance more. So there was something that wasn't in balance or isn't in balance for you. Only giving and taking can actually mean, and that something isn't in balance. And ultimately, this is also meant to lead to a return to balance. Yes, the Magician is showing up. But I would like another card. The High Priestess. Listen to your intuition here. Follow your intuition. And everything that causes you heartache, everything that hurts you, emotionally and mentally. We have these 3 swords, that's in your head. You don't really... 3 swords are stuck in the heart. That's the mind that triggers this in your heart. It's about accepting the whole thing, recognizing the whole thing, even with the High Priestess. Intuition, you actually know it. That you need to free yourself from it now and be ready to move forward here, to get out of it. So this is definitely for you for the coming 72 hours. The end. Something is breaking here, but that's good. The Tower is always good. The moment, because it makes you sad anyway, it disappoints you anyway. That can also be unhealthy. It can make you sick because it's not in balance either. And it's important that you recognize this now, that you free yourself from it in the coming 72 hours. Be ready for it. And be ready to move forward. To follow your intuition now. Okay. So, then we have Scorpio. King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Yes, in a matter, let's say, like this, the King of Wands is already ready to march forward. He has this drive to take on new responsibilities, to take the lead. He's also very reliable. He has this longing to take action. He's a doer. But we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's like this, it slows things down a bit. So you're actually ready to get into action. That's the energy that's there, that you want to implement something. You're daring, but not completely yet. Why? Because there's still old baggage with you. You're still carrying old baggage with you. Fully packed, also dressed in armor, heavy. That's not this light energy where you're ready to get up and move forward. There's still a lot of baggage, a lot of weight that you're carrying with you. And those can actually be burdens. They can also be material things. But they can also simply be your... How do you say what your life attitudes are? Just your life? Maybe even your lifestyle. It could also be your diet. It could also simply be your lifestyle. That you're not even looking at that, where it is, what is now in that regard, and then you don't even know how it should go on. It's also a bit of this slowing down that you're hesitating. The Knight of Pentacles is actually already at the beginning of something new, hesitating a bit, but because there's somehow this little push missing, the little horse just needs to keep going. And yeah, that's where you're hesitating. And why is that? Because you're still carrying the baggage with you? That's why. It's all about letting go of the old baggage here, so that you can be lighter and freer to finally move forward. Yes, the Hanging. Look at things from a different perspective. Maybe new insights will come up. Maybe you'll also talk to others about it. Most of the time, it's like this when you talk to others about it. I recently had this topic where I talked to someone else about my things. Suddenly, completely different viewpoints and perspectives became clear to me that I hadn't even thought about. Life can be so simple. It doesn't have to be that hard. It can be much simpler. you can get through much more easily if you're willing to have this realization, this 180-degree turn. Here we have the Emperor, and here we have the Four. That's the Emperor. And the Emperor. He is taking control now and is ready to take the initiative. Seize it. This new opportunity is coming now. Be ready. Okay, I'll leave that as it is. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone now. I'll take another look. I just did that, I know. I'm just going to turn them all over now. But I think I've done them all. I can remember that too. I can remember that anyway. I can remember that too. I can remember that too. That was the second layout. It will happen anyway. I hope I didn't mention anyone incorrectly. Yes, I can remember that too. I did them all. So, to wrap things up, yes, we've gone through all of them. To wrap things up, I thought I'd draw one more for you. For everyone who is still here watching, I'm going to draw one more. Angel message of the answers from the angels. That can be advice for each individual. Or also an answer to your question. Get informed. We have something new. There is new information for some of you. And we have the topic, let go. That can be for those I mentioned it to. But it can also generally be that there's always something you should let go of. It's also a generally current topic. And underneath the deck, we have ask your angels. You can also connect with your angels yourself. And we also have in the coming months, a lot is going to change here in the coming months. Believe in it. I've already told you that in the... Yes, I mentioned that in the last full moon reading, and I'm telling you this in the recent videos. Generally, whether it's in the zodiac signs, in the weekly readings, in the last weekly reading, all 12 were covered. But generally before that, when I was still doing the weekly readings in the Good Night Impulse, looking back at the last 72 hours and so on. And I've said that so many times that a lot is going to change in the coming months. We are entering a new era, and a lot is going to change for us. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now, my dears. I hope you like it. I would say it's a little experiment. Let's see how that resonates with you. I've already mentioned this. In the moon readings, I will definitely do it in such a way that I will now always do the moon reading for all 12 zodiac signs. I will take the time for that. And I thought the 72-hour look, why not? You can find it on all channels. And I know that the zodiac sign readings are simply more popular than the general messages. And I'm the kind of person who used to. In the past, I always used to look at general ones. So in the past, I used to look at general messages, but I also really enjoyed zodiac sign videos. That was always part of the reason why I started the YouTube channel. I've always said that there will be zodiac sign videos from me because I just love it. That was the case for me when I first saw zodiac signs. I hadn't laid any cards properly yet. I was still learning, I thought. Wow, that's quite something. I want to do that too. And that's what I want to focus on. Exactly. I hope this resonates well with you. I'll see how it will look. Now the current week. And yes, then there will probably be another reading next week on Thursday. It's not that long now. Of course, longer than last week. I had a bad day. Let's put it this way. So, and yes, in the end, whether I now 20-minute video, make it a 10-minute video, 40-minute video, an hour, whatever. I like to chat. Of course, there are days when I'm not that motivated. But nonetheless, card reading is my passion. And why not really? I actually upload a video every day anyway. And exactly. That's how it looks for now. My dears, I'm done. I wish you all here, first of all. Wonderful 72 hours. Have a nice weekend, even if you're watching this on the weekend. Of course, if you're watching this on Monday, then I wish you a good start to the week. So, as I said, this is a timeless reading. You can even watch it a month later. A reading doesn't find you without a reason. Everything in life always has a reason.
Always remember that.
I wish you all wonderful 72 hours. All the best to you, and until the next reading, bye-bye.